All right, let's get started. The steps of keyword approach. What are the steps to do keyword approach in our IELTS exam? Before we learn these 6 steps to keyword approach, we actually have to keep one thing in our mind, that is 60 minutes stopwatch, right? We have got only 60 minutes in entire reading material within which we have to decide, within which we have to write, within which we have to type, within which we have to analyze, all the things we have to do within 60 minutes time. We have to transfer all the answers. If it comes to paper-based exam, we have to finish up the whole computer delivered exam within 60 minutes time. Believe me or not, right after 60 minutes time, they won't give you even a single second, all right, to think or do something. So keep this thing in your mind. Okay, let's get started. What are these keyword approach steps? First of all, this is our whole passage, right? You can see that this is entire passage in front of us, and these are the questions, right? So that's how the passage comes, and that's how the questions come. Let's move on. Now, the first and the foremost step in a keyword approach is read heading or subheading. What do you mean? What do I mean? I mean to say that what we have to do, we have to read the heading or subheading in order to understand what is the whole text all about. So for example, here in front of me, I have bakelite. Now, I'm damn sure that almost 90% of you would not know what is bakelite. Neither do I. Whenever IELTS examiner gives us such kind of a specialized or a specific heading, they always give us a subheading. So they have given us a subheading. The subheading tells us the birth of modern plastics. Now I understand. Bakelite is a word which is related to the birth of modern plastics, right? The birth means the beginning, the production, right? Modern means modernization, advancement, plastic, all right? Everyone knows plastic. What is plastic? I have clearly understood this entire passage will be related to plastic production and its modernization. So what I have to do is I have to develop the concept with the help of the heading and subheading, first of all. Now the next passage. Here, another example says nature or nurture. Nature means, I hope everyone knows what is nature. Or nurture means how we are brought up, right? So this is basically nurture. So I hope that everyone understands this. This is very simple heading. What's so funny? Another example. What's so funny? I believe that everyone can develop a very easy concept over here. What's so funny means what is your funny about or something like that, right? And there's subheading as well. Examiner has given John Macron reviews recent research on humor. Okay, a very clear subheading tells me that this is all about a review by a person called John Macron, and he has done a review on the research related to humor. So I have clarified the concept of the headings. As I mentioned, the first and the foremost step is read the heading or subheading. Once you understand the heading or subheading, you develop your mind. Now you might be thinking, the next step would be to proceed toward the passage and read through the passage. This is not the case. The next step is move towards questions and read instructions carefully. All right. I have to proceed toward questions. Here I can see question number 1 to 3. Instruction says complete the summary. All right, fine. I have understood. This is summary. Choose one word only from the passage for each answer. Okay, that means that I have to select only one word from the passage to respond or to write down the answer over here in these blanks. Write your answers in boxes 1 to 3 on your answer sheet. I know that because I have to transfer all the answers by all means at the end on the answer sheet. So this is something what everyone knows now, right? Okay, Now over here, we can see that it says complete the summary and choose one word only. So why are we wasting our time by reading these instructions? No, 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 we are not wasting time. Reading instruction is extremely important in your IELTS reading, okay? Because without instructions understanding, you cannot answer anything. That's very important. Let me show you how. So what we have to do is we have to choose one word only. It means that I cannot write two words, right? When it says choose one word only, that means that I have to select only one word from the passage to write here. If I select two words, those two words will be cancelled. If I select two words having one right word, those two words will be cancelled even. So all in all, I have to follow these instructions religiously, and I have to write exact same thing what they are saying. Let's read out another instruction. Another instruction says complete the summary, and again they have given a summary, but their requirement is different. Choose no more than two words. Oops. Here they are saying I can select one word, I can select two words even. Okay, which means that it's not something, I repeat, it's not something I can select. It's something the answer could be of one word, the answer could be of two words. So I have to finalize by reading the passage, or by comprehending these all things, whether the answer is of one word or two words, which means that the answer could be of two words even. So I have to be extremely conscious at this point. Let's read out another instruction. Another instruction says complete the flowchart. Choose one word only from the passage for each answer. Again, here examiner is saying you have to select only one word, and I'll be selecting only one word. Here examiner says choose no more than two words. No more than two words means the answer could be of one word, the answer could be of two words. I hope you have clarified these all things so far. You have understood very well. I believe that you must have understood, and with that perception, I'm moving forward. Now the third step is underline important keywords in the question. You might be thinking, I believe that you might have been thinking that now we have to read the passage. No, even now we don't have to read the passage. We have to move towards questions, and we have to underline important keywords in each question. Now here comes a few more tips. The tip number one is I have to underline each question or solve each question one by one. There are some people, they try to become superhero, and they try to solve all questions at once, and they end up getting wrong answers more than the right ones. I would recommend you to not to do that, right? And I would recommend you to select each question one by one, solve each question one by one, so that you are not making more and more mistakes, even not any mistake. Okay, so let's take a look. We have got question number one in front of me, and this third tip says underline important keywords in a question. What I have to do from the first question, I have to underline important keywords. Okay, before we underline the keywords, we have to understand another tip. Another tip says maximum keywords. I have to underline maximum keywords in each question. For example, over here, I can see some plastics behave similar way in this question. Melt, heat, can be molded into new forms, full stop. So you see that over here, there are 4 to 5 different 5 to 6 keywords, right? So what I have to do, I have to underline maximum keywords. There are some candidates, they just underline 1 or 2 keywords, and that's wrong. They don't have to do that. They have to underline maximum keywords. That's extremely important thing. Okay, one more important thing, follow full stops. Full stops are very, very, very important indicator in our IELTS exam, not only in reading, but in listening as well. In the entire reading module, we are going to get full stops. Wherever we get the full stops, they are going to mention us that the story starts here or ends here, right? And we have to be extremely focused whenever we get the full stops. So here you can see that the story related to this question is starts here and ends here. That's why I stop myself here, because there's full stop. And I believe that from here, the next question is starting, which I can see. So what I have to do is I have to underline important keywords from some plastics, and I have to stop by new forms. I have jotted down these all keywords in front of you. Some plastics behave similar way: melt, heat, molded, and new forms. So you can see that these all keywords have been taken from this question. So this is something what I have to do. I don't have to read the passage, although the passage is in front of me. I will just underline important keywords in the question, and I have to keep those keywords in my mind. This is very important thing to understand, that while doing these all keywords, we don't have to underline less and less keywords, but we have to underline more and more keywords. Move on to the next step. The next step is called skimming. Now, hope that you must have seen some videos, or you must have done a little research on it, what is skimming, but there are more and more wrong concepts that candidates actually pursue, and they do not understand what is skimming all about. So let me just show you what is skimming all about and how you actually have to do this skimming strategy correctly. So what is skimming? First of all, skimming is basically finding out something. Or obviously, in our reading module, if I relate to skimming over here, it's about finding out the answers or finding out the words or the keywords, whatever we are doing here, right? So what we have to do, we have to look for the underlined keywords, the keywords that we have already underlined here, all right? These keywords we have to find out in this entire passage, right? Wait, hold on. Before you start finding out these all keywords in the passage, I want you to understand a few things so that you don't make mistake, right? While finding out these keywords, what candidates usually do is they start reading the passage from the first line. This is wrong. You don't have to read. If you read, you will shift yourself from keyword approach to comprehension approach. This is all what I don't want you to do so. So what you have to do is you don't have to read the text at all. Then you might be asking, so what to do? Hold on, I'm telling you. Second important tip is you have to go chronologically. Chronologically means you actually have to follow the sequence, all right? First question should be done first, second should be done second, and third should be done third. There are some candidates, they follow the wrong strategy. They follow the backward approach, which is the completely disaster that you don't have to do actually. Some candidates try to solve the questions from question number 40, 39, 38, 37 backward. This is entirely a wrong thing. You don't have to do that. Okay, the next thing is synonyms. Examiner is examiner. He's obviously over there to check our vocabulary, to check our English language skills. So what we have to do while finding out these keywords in the passage, we not only have to keep these keywords in our mind, but we also have to keep some synonyms, some relevant, meaningful words of the same in our mind in order to find out the relevant part. Sir, can you please explain it in a very simplest way? Yes, I can. I mean to say, what the keywords that you have underlined over here, you just don't have to only find out these keywords, but also their meanings as well. You have to keep their meanings in your mind, and you have to see what are the close related words in this entire text which are associated with these words or their meanings. So this is something what I meant by synonyms. However, I will tell you how examiner actually uses these synonyms here. Okay, maximum keywords. It is possible that you can find one keyword in more than one places. It may be even possible that you will find two keywords which you have selected in more than one places, but it is not practically possible that the keywords, all the keywords that you have underlined or you have shortlisted, you will find in all the places. So what you have to do is you have to find out that particular place where most of the keywords exist. If you follow these all things, definitely you will have maximum possibility to get the answer. I repeat, in a very simplest process, what you have to do is by reading these keywords, you have to find out those one or two lines in the passage where these keywords or their meanings are available. And that's all your skimming is done. Once you are done with your skimming, then you move towards